I'm joined now by Omarosa Manigault, Director of African American Outreach for the Trump campaign, former contestant on The Apprentice. So I want to start with the birther thing, because it's something that the campaign obviously addressed in that event. Donald Trump has sort of gave 3 sentences about it, left it there, and it seems like there's a lot of unanswered questions about when he became convinced that the president was in fact born here, despite years of saying that there wasn't enough evidence. Will he explain tonight when he came around to the, I think, obviously correct conclusion, the president is American and therefore not disqualified from office?
You know, I find that to be a very interesting place for you to start with. There's so many issues that Americans are faced with, including the economy, jobs, education, and you want to start with the birther. The good thing is that he's put that to bed and he's ready to move on. Tonight he's ready to go head-to-head and toe-to-toe with Hillary Clinton.
He has to put that to bed, though, because he will lay out a clear vision
for this nation.
He spent 5 years talking about the president not being an American. He tweeted that he thought that it was possible that there had been a plane crash intentionally designed to kill a state official in Hawaii to cover up the documentation. Those are very serious charges. He made his name politically.
Really big move for Donald Trump to say he now acknowledges that the president has been born here, and I think it's important to move on from that and focus on issues that Americans are most interested in. And believe me, the birther issue is not the top issue. We have young black men being killed in this country. We have people rioting in the streets of Charlotte, and you want to start with birther? Shame on you. Americans want to talk about real issues, so let's talk real issues. And tonight is the biggest stage to talk about those big Respectfully, there are issues when I go to my hometown of Youngstown, Ohio. They're not talking about birther issues. They want to know how they're going to fill their prescriptions and fill their gas tanks. They don't want to talk about some conspiracy theories that you all are floating around. They want to talk about how they're going to feed their family, where they're going to send their children for school, whether they're going to be safe, whether there's going to be a job for them when they show up at work. So you want to start with birthers? Let's talk with the fact that tonight is a big issue for Donald Trump, and he is ready.
The conspiracy theory originated with the man who's currently running for office. It's a conspiracy theory that alleged the sitting president of the United States.
Are you sure that it originated?
He was the most.
You're a journalist. You know where this started.
You don't think he was the most prominent? He was not the most prominent.
Do you know where this started? Are you kidding me?
It was not
you know that didn't start with Donald Trump.
But let me just ask you this. Can he explain
acknowledge that it might have started with a staffer in the Clinton campaign?
If he was able to be persuaded of this obvious fact to people, it goes to the judgment of man who will be the most powerful person in the world, who will have to make judgment
is a woman that doesn't know what's a classified email or not. If she doesn't know what a classified email is, does she qualify to be the president of the United States?
Believe that the president is actually born in the United States. Could he explain that to us tonight?
Qualification. Is a woman that puts a server with national security details in the basement of her home qualified to be president? You're talking about qualifications? Come on, let's have a serious discussion about the debate tonight. Let's talk about real issues where Americans are hurting. Let's not continue talking about things that you think will chop down my candidate, because he's focused on a debate tonight where Americans want to hear who's fighting for them, who's going to be a voice for them, who's going to put America first, and that's going to be Donald J. Trump. And the birther issue is not on the table, because that's not what Americans want to talk about. So if you want to have a real conversation, I'm here all night long, boo.
I understand. Obviously, you've made a tactical choice that you don't think it benefits you to talk about the issue that sort of shot him up to political prominence. It benefits me to talk about what America want to hear. Do you really think that people in Ohio care about that issue? But there are open questions about how he came to a very obvious conclusion the president was born in the United States. All right.
Well, let's talk about real issues.
Appreciate it.
I'm challenging you to be a journalist tonight.
All right.